Hello, this is Matt, normal guy, common hobby, back again today talking about silver. Somebody asked me what's my favorite type of silver to collect. So I'm going to talk about US currency that contains silver, but not just the 90% junk silver, constitutional silver. We're going to talk about war nickels, we're going to talk about the 40% Kennedys, and then we'll get into the 90% junk, constitutional, normal, pre 64 that everybody knows. So let's start again with the war nickels. These were 35% silver, only from 1942 to 1945 with the large mint mark on the back. Now, these normally come very dirty, and I did maybe the wrong thing, but I put them in a rock tumbler. I made sure they weren't any rare dates or in any great condition, and I rock tumbled them so that they were clean. They're just nicer to handle, right? I saved the ones that I thought were valuable, and I rock tumbled the rest. So these are 35% silver. So you think about a nickel, and melt value is almost $1. So you can find these on eBay or anywhere, and the premium's very low because they're pretty much the least desired silver U.S. coinage, but I like them. It's just good to have some variety. So first, before we go further, let's talk about why I think it's better to start, let's say, with these kind of coins. One is because, again, they're cheap. The premium's very low over spot. Second, they're rarely counterfeited. For somebody to counterfeit a nickel, and this nickel is worth about $1, it's almost not worth their time. So you have less risk when you're buying coins of being counterfeit. Plus, they're kind of fun to collect, right? You can try to collect each year. They're easy to trade. So you kind of get that vibe of, I'm collecting silver, but I'm also satisfying my little urge to collect coins and create something that's fun, right? Instead of just stacking silver. And I like silver too, just stack generic rounds, but this has a little more to it. The other thing, again, besides being not counterfeited, is a lot of people don't know about this, which I think gives you an advantage. So just taking the time to learn what the coins are, which ones are valuable, you're armed with knowledge, let's say. So when you see random coins, you know to look for the 42 to the 45 nickel. Maybe you grab those, and on a short thing, let's say you're at a thrift shop or a garage sale, you'll know what's valuable and what's not. And I think that's important. Everybody can read a silver round and say 1 ounce pure, but if you randomly see a pile of nickels and know that each of those nickels is worth $1, good for you. That's knowledge. So, again, we talk about the nickel, worth about $1. The next would be the 40% Kennedys. So these were made from 1965 to 1970, and they're 40% silver. So each one of these is about $2.50 of silver. But again, this would be in your common change, and you may not know it. The only way you can tell is the edge is not going to be red, not going to be copper. But most of them are not beautiful. I mean, they're tarnished, they're toned. Some people like that, they're dirty. But no matter what, they are 40% silver, a 50-cent piece worth $2.50. So you save them. The next level would be the 90% Kennedys. Now, they only did that 1 year, which was 1964. Again, these are 90% silver. You can see the edge is just perfectly silver. A little dirty, but it doesn't matter. Let's say this is worth $6 in silver. And that's where I'm going to get to right now. The benefit of also going with constitutional is no matter what, you kind of go by face value. So I just use a rough and say $1 face is worth $12 in silver. Now, it'll always change depending on what silver does, but it doesn't matter what denomination coins. If you're dealing with the ones that are 90%, you just have to worry about face value. It doesn't matter if they are dimes, or quarters, as long as they are 90%, the actual size of these coins makes up the value. So 2 quarters in silver content is the same as 1/2. 1/2 is the same as 5 dimes. I think that's pretty awesome. So when you're buying constitutional silver, you can just buy by face value. And no matter what the denominations are, $12 per $1 face is a pretty good rate right now. So that'll always change, but it's something to remember, again, if you're ever out at a garage sale, to know whether it's a good deal. So we talked about the 1964 Kennedys. Before that, there were the Franklin $50, right? I think they're awesome. They're great. So you keep those too. Before that, you had the Walking Liberties. I prefer $50. I just think they're cool, right? So collect your $50. But some people prefer quarters. So these are normal looking quarters, but they are all before 1964. So again, this quarter is about $3 in silver. So that's kind of neat. So you can collect quarters, and you can even go down to dimes. And here's something unique. So you see the edges of these dimes. They are so clean. So perfect. So there you go. So question came up, which silver should you start with? What's the best way? I think collecting constitutional or war nickels is the way to go. Low premiums, low risk of counterfeit. You can collect different years. You can have fun building a collection. And again, you're arming yourself with knowledge that most people don't have, which is a shame. But if you're willing to learn this stuff, 35% silver, 40% silver, 90% silver. And if you, on a whim, can whip that out, good for you. So you win. You'll be the one that makes the right choice and buys the right stuff. So that's it for now. We're going to go beyond constitutional. We're going to get into other bullion coins and get into Morgan dollars, peace dollars. Now those are a little scarier, I think, because they are counterfeited sometimes. But if you stick to constitutional, you're safer. But you got to learn about Morgans and peace dollars too. So we'll get into that, and we'll see you next time.